Hello and welcome to this different video. I had a friend ask me how I do my thumbnails, and I can drag one on the stream or on the screen right now so you can see what I'm talking about. Let's just do one of the past ones I did, like this one maybe, right? Just to have it. I mean, I don't make the best thumbnails. I mean, with these resources I'm giving you tips how to make them. You can probably make them better than I do, but this is how I make them and how I'll probably keep making them for a while. But yeah, what I do is usually I go search for a mining simulator 2 because they have this picture in here, this one, which has the perfect size for YouTube videos. I know it says different size right here, but it's good for the use that we're gonna use because it's the exact size that is good for YouTube. Because if a file is too big over a specific amount of megabytes, you can't use it as a thumbnail for YouTube, then you need premium. But this picture is smaller, so it's gonna fill less in your PC, so that way you can put more stuff into the picture without it filling more space, so that you can still use it. So let's say this is a Pet Simulator X maybe video. What I would do then is to go over here to Google. Maybe you can also take a screenshot from within the game and maybe say buildings, like Pet Simulator X buildings. So you get a nice picture where you can see some buildings on the side, right? Without any other persons being there. So I mean, that might be this one. So if you copy that because the size is way larger, you can paste it in, and you can see here, I right-clicked the copy and I pressed Ctrl V to paste, and then I just put it to English. So you can take edit, transform, so you can take the picture, drag it around, choose whatever position you want, the resizing. If you hold shift while you do this, you can even change the size that way. But let's delete it and paste it in again because I like the way this one is as default. So now if you want some text, or as you saw on the other one, if I bring it back up here to the top, you can see I have these like zoom effect. And what I do there is that I go to Google and search for basically just zoom effect. .png, so you get a PNG file, and then you get all of these, right? So that could be this one. It could be this one. It could very well be this one. It depends on what you like the most. But I think for this topic, this one seems fine, or this one actually. Copy it and Control V, and then you can drag it up here if it's too low. And again, edit, free transform, and then you can make it smaller. Get it to fit the screen if you want that. So like you get a little zoom effect. And if you don't want it to be as bright as this, you want it to be a little bit transparent, I double clicked. And then you have this right here, the opacity. You can change that, and that's basically of how much it's visible. You can see through it. And we can make that like maybe 35%. And stroke as well, that's to make outlines, and that's what I use for text. We also got gradient overlay and stuff, but yeah, we're gonna start with this. Actually, that looks actually pretty cool. It's a bit more shaded, but we're gonna take it as this for now. And just press OK, and it's gonna save it. And if you make a mistake and you don't know how to undo it, out here in the side you have the history, and you can basically just click back here and it's gonna undo it. And if you want to go back, you just click on them again. That way you can go back and forth between the process you have been made, so you don't have to refresh and start all over. That's the way out here. So let's say now you want some title. Let's say your video is about catching the new huge pet, or playing the hardcore update in Pet Simulator. You can go to the text out here, just click it, and then you have up here, that's the fonts of the text, the size, and you have this 3 lines right here. If you click those, you get all of the different writing styles out here, and I usually unmark them all and take the display one, because then you get this one, which is the one I usually make for thumbnails, just because I think it's the one that looks the best. But you can still try to find other fonts that looks better in your opinion. It's basically up to you, but I use this one. Yeah, you can go right and say like I got the best player in hardcore, or I got top 100 on leaderboards, if that's what your video is about. Let's say grinding for top 100, right? So grinding for top 100, again, you can edit, free transform, and this time I hold shift, because if you just do it like this without holding shift, it's just gonna make it larger. But if you move it out to the side, or place it where I want and hold shift. You hold down shift while you do this. Then you can make it longer and thicker. Like you can choose basically how you want it. And then you can rotate it maybe a little bit. And then what I usually do is that I double click on it out here. And then you have right here, the opacity, that's just gonna stay the same. The fill is gonna stay the same. And then I take a stroke. And I usually put this one at 4 or 5. I'm gonna do it for 4 at this time, but it looks a bit thick right now. And that's because of the inner color that's also black. If you do this one, color overlay, you're gonna get the overlay to just be one color. You can see white right here. Yeah, you can make it white, red. You have all of the colors inside this one to make it all different. But you can also do the gradient overlay, where you can click it, then you go to the gradient, and this is basically where you make the rainbow colors or different colors. So what you usually do here is you click this one, and then you can choose red for an example and press OK. Then you get red in the top and it's black in the bottom because that's what you have here. And then you can move the gradient right here for what, like the difference, how much shade it should have. But what you can also do is click out here and add another color in between. So let's say this time it's yellow. Then you're gonna get a little bit of red in the top and then yellow. And so on. You can press let's do light blue. Oh, actually no, that should be green, I believe. Yeah. And then light blue. And then dark blue. And purple for the last one, black one out here. Purple. And then you have it like this. And then you can basically just play around, move with these colors right here. And you can say, okay, that's fine right here where it is, and press OK. Then you have the angle right here. That way you can change the distance. Like what way the rainbow or the colors should be pointing, if you can call it like that. Let's say we want it like this, where it's faded. Then we put it at 171. But I mean, it's different because right now the text isn't straight. Like if it's in one line, I put it a little bit, you know, the other way. Let's say this is fine. You can also add drop shadow, so it's gonna have a drop shadow. Again, you can edit that, the opacity right here, how dark it should be, a light, the distance between the number or the text and the shadow, the spread of it, how thick it's gonna be. Again, the size of it, how loud should the drop shadow be. Should it be very small? Like then you get something like this that looks pretty cool as well. And then the noise, that's how distorted the background is. 100%, then it looks like that. 0%, then there's no holes in it. So that's basically the distorted. Then you have outer glow, but again you can play around with this like just as you like. Outer glow, you're gonna get a little bit of a glow. Right now I press Alt and then you can zoom in with the mouse wheel. But outer glow, it's hard to see here, but inner glow, that's gonna light up inside here. That's also what the outer glow does, but when you have stroke on, it's hard to see. Outer glow, then you can see it. But because you have the stroke on, you can't. So your inner glow, we're gonna remove that. You can also use inner shadow, so you're gonna get shadow on the inside. Scroll out, you can see how it looks. Yeah, I like it without the inner shadow because it looks more clean. And then you again just press OK. And then you have the text in here. Now, let's say you want a picture of the leaderboard. You can go again in-game, take a screenshot of the leaderboard, or you can go in here and say Pets from Lyrics leaderboard, right? So here, again, these are other thumbnails, so again, we can't really use that. But this one, I mean, it's kind of like a teasing because somebody got a lot, but again, it's not your name up here. Yeah, what I would recommend you to do is go in game, take a screenshot of the leaderboard, but again, this is just a demonstration of how to do it. This one right here, and then I'm gonna use my cutting tool on the computer, and then you can basically just mic thing right here. I'm gonna copy it onto here. And again, free transform, you can do that. You can also use the do it with the mouse right here, so we can click it, move around with stuff. So I'm gonna select magic cut, because then you can make a background like this. You can make it a PNG file, and the way you do that is you basically mark everything with green that you want to keep, and everything you don't want to keep, you mark that with red. And then the red part, that's gonna be the PNG part, and the green part, that's what we're gonna keep right here. Again, okay, then you have it like this. And what I usually do is that I make an outline on this one as well, to give it again a clean look. And see, now I wasn't supposed to do this, so again I can go back, and then it's like this, and then I can put the stroke on again, transform, and then without holding shift, do it larger, so I don't have to change the stuff. So again, I can put it maybe here. So that's already most of the thumbnail. Now I usually have my own avatar right here in the side, and I'm gonna show you guys how you make that as well. I have a game, it's not my own, but it's a game I use, and all the links and help tools is gonna be linked in the description. So the link to this website, the link to the game I use for posing, those I'll give to you guys in the description if you're interested in them and you're making YouTube videos yourself. But yeah, what I have is that I already have these pictures, right? So let's take this one for an example. I posed for right here, put it in. And then what you can do to make it a little bit more spicy instead of this right here. I mean, this already looks good, but like if you want to look astonished or surprised, then you can go again into Google Images, search for mouth.png, right? And then you get these types right here. Again, .png, you can get these. You can also do it by search again for cartoon mouth, and then Control V to paste it in, edit, transform. Again, you don't have to do it like this, but this is how I usually do it, just to show the different functions. Again, you mark it up, you fit it just to go over, just so it looks and covers your old avatar's mouth. So maybe like that, right? Now I'm looking surprised, and even if you want some googly eyes, right? Then you just search for googly eyes.png, and you're gonna get some like this. And that could be these ones. These are the ones I used for the other videos, these ones as well. Again, if they are not a PNG picture, this one has watermarks on it, so that's not so good. This one also has watermarks. Let's find one that doesn't have. Okay, so what I did is that I searched for cartoon eyes instead, just to get some more interesting results. So again, this one, it doesn't have to be a PNG. You can make that yourself when you paste it in here. Again, you can just use the filter, or the select, I mean, magic cut, and make it a PNG file. So everything you want to keep, again, mark it with this green one, so it doesn't get transparent out here. All that you want to mark in case it gets transparent, and you don't want that. You want it all to be flush and clean. Sometimes it's not going to help too much, but then you're just going to have to live with it, or find another picture where it's better. But again, this is only for demonstration, so we're going to take it as it is. Just okay. And you can see it's a little bit transparent behind, but again, it is only for demonstration. So you can put it in. Right now it's looking this way, but we want it to look the other way. So what you do is you press shift, and then you just drag this across right here, and then it's just gonna flip the side. And again, you can also do that upside down, so it flips the white part here, and now it's in the top, now it's in the bottom. So now I look like this way. That's how you do it. And now we're gonna make it smaller, and we can put it above right here. Again, now we look kind of happy, astonished, I don't know what you're gonna call it. But it's better than just having a screenshot or a picture from in mid of the game with no title, no nothing. That's way better. And sometimes you can even go with like an arrow. Again, .png, so you get some PNG files. Again, it doesn't have to. You can always just make it a PNG file yourself with the magic cut inside the program. Control V to paste it in. Make this one smaller because it's too large. And then you get it in here. And then you can make the arrow like point that way. From the title to leaderboard, because red, it makes people want to look. Again, my own avatar, I also usually put text or a stroke around that one. Here we go. So yeah, an outline behind that, and if you want the arrow to be under your avatar, again, you just drag this one. Oh, actually no, you can just drag this one under your avatar right here. That's easier, then I don't have to move the eyes and the mouth. So basically, that's how I make thumbnails, but now I'm gonna show you how you make the avatar pose. So, you easier make thumbnails like this. So the game I go into and join is the game called this right here. I'm gonna show you. See all. That's the games I've played. Continue playing. And it's this one right here. Photo shoot. And I'm gonna put a link to this game in the description as well. And yeah, let's join it up, and I'm gonna show you guys how you do it in the game. Okay, so now you're in the game, you're just gonna say get me out of here. You don't want any custom faces because that's what you use the other for. What I do is I go over here, because this over here, that's too bright. You're gonna go over here to the green screen. If you have a green avatar, you're obviously gonna take one of the other ones. If you have a white avatar, you're obviously not gonna stand on the white. Because if you go over here, stand on the white, take a screenshot with your cutting tool like this, and you're gonna do the magic cut, the white will go inside here and remove some of your avatar. So make sure you go to one of these spots where your avatar doesn't have that color. So when you may use magic cut, it's only gonna remove the green and not your avatar. And in here you pose with the ones down here. So one, use the T key to move the next body part, use the R key to move back a body part, okay? So that means T, we can use this arm, R, then we get back to this arm right here. Let's say you want this one over your mouth, you're gonna be like, oh my god, no. And then you go to the next arm, and be like, maybe down here. And then just press 1. You don't want to edit anything more, right? You can also turn your head with the 3, something like that, or press 3 again, right? So what you can do now is that you can take your cutting tool. It's a default app on every computer. It's just called cutting tool, and you can just take it, make a little screenshot right here with the avatar, and I'm gonna use it right here. So let's get back into the editing program, and I can show you how to make it a PNG file and how you use it for the thumbnails. So now that you got it, you're gonna go back in here. So you don't have to have a PNG file already ready, but let's post it in right here. You can see it's a large file or a large image, but again, you just press select, magic cut, and then you have some green spots out here. And to get rid of that, you have to zoom in right here and use the red marker. And then you're gonna do the size a little bit smaller because you're gonna get all in these tight spots. And then when you do this, you can see it changes over here. That's basically what you're gonna do to remove the green. And again, up here, just put the red in right here when the green is, and it's gonna remove the green. Now you have that picture ready. You can press OK. Transform, make it smaller. And again, I could use this one for this thumbnail as well, if I remove the other one right here. Delete that one. And then I can just move this one in here, you know? So that's basically how you do it, right? That's the one I just made. I can take this one, make it stroke like around again. So yeah, that's how I make thumbnails. It's how you can make thumbnails easily. I know this video was a bit long, but yeah, if you want to start on YouTube, you make videos, I really recommend making a catching thumbnail and a title so people click in on your videos. But yeah, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one. Bye!